This all started out as a joke. I told my viewers on my second channel, Elvis the Human, that, oh, wouldn't it be funny if I flew out to Japan and I interviewed this guy and I spent the day with him just to see what he was like. But a lot of people actually wanted me to do it. Why do you love your wife? So I did it.
I don't have a single friend. Do you think that's weird? If you had no intention of doing it on the first date, then why did you say yes to coming to a hotel with me? I don't think my girlfriend is very attractive. And because she didn't use a condom, I ended up catching chlamydia from her. The one thing that I regret most in life would be deleting the nude photos that my ex-girlfriend sent me. I can't stand it when people talk about other people behind their backs in a negative way. Look at it. It's a pork chop. She also likes to turn the TV on in the mornings when she's getting ready for work. And I'm still sleeping, I'm still in bed, and it's kind of annoying. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Daniel. I want the next best thing to a real woman, and that is a full body, full size love doll. But I'm still not happy about this. I feel shocked, betrayed, a little bit hurt, a little bit turned on. She's very slim and petite. She has a very nice figure. I admit I do have some mental issues, for example, social anxiety. Sometimes I feel depressed. I always feel like I'm never happy with what I have, and I always want something that I don't have. Would you want to have sex with another woman if you had the chance and your wife didn't know? Yeah, sure, why not? If it was completely secret and no one got upset about it.
What I find interesting about you is that, like, you'll make one video and then people won't like it. You know, you get like dislike bomb, people like hating you in the comments or whatever. You seem to just ignore that and then make another one. And then make another one. You know? Like, why doesn't it affect you?
I think it's funny.
Yeah.
I like seeing what kind of reaction they'll have.
You don't think you'll ever see them in real life, is that why? Or because they exist somewhere.
Yeah, but they'll never actually have any effect on my life.
Right. Except when they do. For someone who doesn't care what their audience thinks of them, it's kind of strange that he would post tweets like this. A lot of people are curious as to why Daniel makes the videos that he makes. Does he have a mental condition? Is it all an act? Are the people in his life in on it? Why does he make all these outrageous videos? Well, that's what I'm gonna find out. But I didn't just want to talk to him over Discord. In order to really understand this guy, I needed to meet him in real life, spend the day with him, find out who he really is as a person. Of course, flying to Japan isn't cheap, and paying out of pocket for this would be kind of a gamble because I'm not sure if YouTube will even pay me anything. So thank you to today's sponsor, Raycon. These guys make the best wireless earbuds on the market. They're affordable, the battery life is great, it has its own little magnetized charging pack, they have a really nice incognito design, and the sound quality is amazing. I actually reached out to these guys because I wanted to work with them, and they sent me these new Raycons, but I already had this pair because I like them so much already. They sound just as good as other premium audio brands, but they start at about half the price. I use them a lot in my day-to-day, basically when I walk my dog, do chores, or do some errands. They're super convenient, and they're the most comfortable earbuds I've ever used. Other earbuds I've purchased didn't stay in my ears very well, but these never fall out. I don't know how they do it. So if you're on the market for some new earbuds, you should check these out. Click the link in the description below to get access to Raycon's Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. So yeah, support this amazing company and support me by going to buyraycon.com/ElvisTheAlien. They came in very handy during my long flight to Japan. So thank you, Raycon, for sponsoring this video and making this video possible. So after a very long flight, my wife and I finally made it to Osaka, Japan. We took a train to our Airbnb. The Airbnb was located down this little alley in Osaka. I was communicating with Daniel through Twitter DMs, and the plan was to have the interview in one of our Airbnbs, because Daniel was just roaming around Japan homeless basically. He was just renting out Airbnbs because his wife kicked him out. But he told me that his Airbnb was too small for the interview, so we ended up doing it at my Airbnb. Hello guys, we're in Japan, in Osaka. Flew all the way out here to meet Daniel from hiding in my room. I'm kind of scared to meet him. I hope he doesn't kill me. I think it's gonna be awkward. It's definitely gonna be awkward. So yeah, this is my Airbnb. They have cool circular lights. Our bed's in here. Who knows what's in here? Probably some bodies. This is our bathroom. Here it's like a sink and it fills it up from the top. It's very strange. I've never seen anything like it. Look. It's almost 8 a.m. here, and I told Daniel to meet us at a train station at 11. So we're gonna see how that goes. I don't know what to say to him. Hello, I'm the guy who made videos on you. So yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of an interview in this room, and then we're gonna hang out with him for the day. We're trying to find out if this whole thing he's doing is an act or not. That's our mission. I took some time to set up some equipment for the interview, and then it was time to meet Daniel. We're on our way to retrieve Daniel from the train station. I'm not sure if he's here yet. He hasn't sent me a message back, so we're at the
station.
We're at the station now. Momodani. So I guess now we wait.
I'm supposed to be meeting Elvis, the alien, soon. And I'm feeling pretty nervous about it. I've got this big red pimple next to my nose. I don't really want to show it to you. Okay, I'll show it to you, but you have to promise not to laugh. It looks pretty bad, doesn't it? He's gonna laugh at me. Why today?
Oh, he's here.
Are you nervous?
No. I mean, I'm as nervous as I can be, but I'm not really nervous.
Where's he at?
He's here somewhere. Oh my god! Hey! Oh. Hey. When I first saw him, I had the same reaction that I do whenever I see anyone that I know over the internet. You feel a sense of shock because you don't expect this person to be an actual human because you only see them on a screen. In person, Daniel is pretty much exactly what you would expect from watching his videos. He's quiet, reserved, and he giggles when he's nervous. It's pretty obvious that he doesn't know what to say half the time, so he kind of just keeps to himself. The walk from the station to our Airbnb was very awkward. I tried my best to fill the silence with small talk. So you're leaving here at the end of like, what, November?
December.
Going back to England?
Christmas. And then I'm coming back.
Are you coming back here?
Yeah.
Why?
It's a secret.
Oh, it's a secret? Okay, I can't know. He's got secrets already. Your Airbnb?
It's a bit bigger.
Oh, okay.
Well, the building's big, but the actual place is kind of small. Come on in. Then we began the interview. This is the first time that I've ever done this, so it was kind of an interesting experience. I could have done it better. You know, the sound quality isn't the best, the camera angles aren't the best, but I think it came out all right. The interview lasted around an hour and a half. I edited it down to about 50 minutes, and I obviously can't put the entire interview in this video. So if you're interested in watching the entire interview, I put it up on my Patreon. So if you're interested in supporting the channel and also watching that, you can go ahead and do that. When we began the interview, I could tell he was fairly nervous. He would give me very short answers to my questions like, I guess, or not really, or I'm not sure, I don't know, stuff like that. But as the interview went on, he got more comfortable. You don't like that, do you? Asian Onision, like the nickname? I don't know. Because everyone hates Onision. So if I'm compared to him, everyone's gonna hate me.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel bad about that.
It's okay.
To a certain degree, it's kind of true. You have a lot of people that hate watch you.
Yeah.
Okay, so something that people, that like everyone is curious about, is anything an act as far as what you do on your channel, or is it all genuine?
I guess I exaggerate things a little bit. So if I say I'm really annoyed or irritated by something, I'm probably not that irritated by it.
Okay, so you act up a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
About the top 10 things you hate about your wife or something?
Okay, so number one, she always leaves the hairdryer untangled all over the floor. Those are actual things that I found irritating, but I'm not that irritated about it.
Okay. It's just kind of strange. Like most people would find a different avenue to get views instead of their wife, you know. Yeah. So that's why I found you kind of interesting, because like the only other person that I know of, there's probably others, that does stuff similar to that is Onision, obviously. Like he used his past relationships. That's originally why I called you that. Do you wish you could have gone back and done anything differently?
Not really.
Really? There's nothing. Like, you get a lot of dislikes on your videos. There's like nothing that you would be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
That's difficult. No, not really.
What terms are you on with your wife right now? Or ex-wife? Are you officially divorced?
It's a tricky thing to talk about.
Interestingly enough, when I asked Daniel about his current status with his wife, he was apprehensive to answer it. He stalled and then he laughed, and I knew that something was up. And it turns out that he was lying to me. And he wasn't just lying to me, he was lying to his audience. He wasn't homeless. He was faking it. He was living with his wife. Why? Oh, you back together with her? No way.
But you can't tell people.
Oh, fuck off. Are you really?
Yeah.
No.
I'm kind of stuck now because I've told everyone we split up. And if I tell everyone we're back together...
Well, that kind of adds a new layer to the anime.
That's why I'm in a tricky spot right now.
So when we were talking earlier about which Airbnb to interview at, he wasn't even staying at an Airbnb. So I guess he didn't plan on telling me that he was with his wife again. When he first got the sex doll, he did briefly move out of his wife's place, but then he moved back in. Maybe he didn't want the people online to know that he was back with his wife so he could cheat on her without the people online knowing. I'm not sure what his true motives were, so this is just speculation, but it wouldn't surprise me. So I asked him if he was hiding the fact that he was with his wife so he could cheat on her and the internet wouldn't know. And he said no, that he didn't really think about that. And he told me that in his homeless videos, he says that he's not actually homeless. And so I asked him to please give me the video where he says this, and he's like, oh, the one with the tent at around 4:40. So if you go to the video with the tent and you skip to around 4:40.
So you may have guessed by now that I'm not actually homeless and I have a nice Airbnb to go back to. And I'm not actually going to spend the night in the tent, although it might be fun.
Airbnb is not the same as your wife's place, Daniel. So you're still lying. So I assumed that the video that he named My Wife Kicked Me Out was actually when his wife kicked him out. So I sent him a DM that said, so this is when your wife kicked you out, I'm assuming. Can you let me know around which upload you moved back in with her? Please be honest. So he told me that he moved back in around when he uploaded the video about the Swedish girl. So if you go to his channel, the Swedish girl video, it was uploaded on September 29th. So according to him, he moved back in with his wife on September 29th. He uploaded a video called An Update on My Divorce, but this video didn't really line up with the dates that he gave me, you know, when he moved out and then moved back in.
Let's check out my new place. Update on my divorce situation, in case you were wondering. What's happening with my marriage? Well, basically, it's over. My ex-wife messaged me saying that she handed in the divorce papers that I sent back to her all the way in March. If you remember, she sent me the divorce papers when I was in England.
So I asked him this. So for this video, was it after a fight or something, so you moved out and got an Airbnb again, or was this one made up? And he tells me straight up, it was made up. I thanked him for his honesty, and then he says, pretty much everything is made up during the last few weeks. Behind the scenes, we were fighting a lot, so I just carried on with the separation stuff. So basically, he's saying that instead of making a bunch of videos like, we got back together, we had a fight, we broke up again, we got back together again, we broke up again, he wanted to instead lie to his audience and tell them that they were split up and that he was just kind of homeless and wandering around Osaka. And he told me that he didn't want to make a bunch of videos about them fighting because it's repetitive. And he said he was having fun just going outside making content. But in that case, I don't understand why he couldn't have just made content outside that had nothing to do with his wife, but still be honest about the fact that he's living with his wife. What? I asked him to confirm if he was living with her the whole time, and he says yes. I asked him if he was avoiding making videos on the relationship because he wanted it to work out, even though that never stopped him in the past. And then he said, yeah, it would have made the situation worse if he made videos about it. Daniel is so strange because he will lie to his audience about something that he doesn't even really need to lie to them about, but then he'll be super honest with me about all this stuff. So there was a bit of a discrepancy with the dates that he gave me when he was kicked out. So I asked him if he was kicked out around September 6th and then moved back in around the time the Swedish girl video was uploaded. Then he would have been at the Airbnb for about a month. He claims that he was only living in the Airbnb for a week. So based on everything he's told me, according to Daniel, he was living by himself from the time he uploaded this video, I ruined my marriage again, to this video, I met a Swedish girl. So from here to here is the only time period when he was living alone in an Airbnb. And that would mean that he was living with his wife when he uploaded My Wife Left Me. He was living with his wife when he uploaded Selling My iPhone 11 to Avoid Homelessness, Living in a Japanese Internet Cafe, Living with his wife, How I Survive as a Homeless Man in Japan, Living with his wife, Living in a Tent, Being Homeless in Japan, living with his wife. But strangely, he keeps up all these videos about him being homeless when he's actually living with his wife. But he takes down the video, an update on my divorce. Video unavailable. This video has been removed by the user. There's so many other videos that he kept up. So it's just kind of weird.
Oh, her sister found my channel recently.
Oh God. Your wife is
My wife is lying to her sister and her mum about us being back together as well. The whole thing's just one massive lie.
Oh no.
I'm lying to my audience that we're split up.
Yeah.
She's lying to her family that we're split up. She said not to make a video saying we're back together because her family might find it. But somehow her sister found my channel. But she still doesn't want her mum to find out. Because she told her family about all the stuff that happened. So they hate me.
Your relationship with your wife is so strange. Because most people, if they've been cheated on and had their significant other make videos about them like you have, they probably wouldn't forgive them. At least my wife would not forgive me. So it's just kind of interesting. You guys have like a weird relationship. Like, how does she deal with that? I wish I could talk to her.
We have massive fights, usually after the video or before.
I remember you saying one time that you tell her about the videos that you make on her beforehand. Is that not always true?
It's usually true.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, I'd say, I want to make a video talking about how irritating you are. And then she just says, okay. She's not too bothered about it. It's the cheating stuff that makes her angry.
Do you regret that? Cheating?
I guess.
What do you mean you guess? What do you mean?
That's not a yes.
Of course.
Like, obviously that's like the preferred answer, that you regret cheating. But maybe what you're thinking is, I wish she hadn't have found out.
Yeah.
So that's really...
I know I shouldn't have done it, but...
Yeah.
It's just... I don't know how to explain it.
It's okay. How many times have you cheated on her?
I don't know. A couple times.
What makes her think that you're like good now? Like you're not gonna do it again?
One of the conditions of us getting back together was that I have to show her my messages whenever she asks.
And you're gonna do that then?
Yeah, I've been doing it.
Can you tell me what your wife said to you once you got the sex doll?
She told me to get out and go and live with it in the Airbnb. So that's what I did for a bit.
You told her that you wanted to get one.
Yeah.
And she said no.
She said no.
And then you got it anyway.
I secretly booked an Airbnb and ordered it about 2 weeks before I made the videos.
Why?
Because it takes time. It came from China.
No, I know it takes time, but why did you get it?
Because I really wanted one. Me and the Hong Kong guy, we wrapped it up and then we took it to this garbage station and we dumped it there. And then I realised that's illegal. And then the next day I went back to get it by myself.
Yeah.
No, wait, my wife was with me. I wasn't by myself.
Oh, you wanted to get with your wife?
Yeah, we went to get it and the box was opened. Someone had opened it, but the doll was still in there. But they took the little trolley thing, the cart thing. So me and my wife had to carry the box back to the Airbnb.
No!
It weighed a ton.
You still have it then?
No, then we cut it into pieces using scissors, and then we put it into plastic bags, got rid of it.
Did you leave it somewhere, or did you just like put it in like...
No, we put it in the garbage area.
Oh, okay.
I took the head home.
Oh, that's so morbid. What the fuck? Do you still have it like on a mail piece somewhere?
It's in the closet.
That's weird. She knows that you can fuck the head, right?
I don't think she does.
Alright. Okay, this kind of leads into my next question. Do you think you have a sex addiction?
Yeah.
Like, you do legitimately have one?
I made a video about it.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I guess in that way, I don't think it really excuses your actions, but to a certain extent, I think it helps me understand them a little bit more. You have a compulsion.
Yeah. I can't resist temptation.
I believe the sex addiction is a real problem and that he very well might have it. But since there's no way of proving it, I just kind of have to take him on his word. I hope he's not using that as a cop-out to try and justify his cheating. Do you find it difficult to, like, filter what you say?
But that's only on videos. In real life, I do have a filter.
Because I'm going to be honest, you've said some weird things.
I usually say the weird things on purpose.
Oh, to get a reaction or...
To make the video weird.
Yeah? Even on live streams, you say like interesting things.
Yeah, because I get bored and I don't know what to talk about, and then this weird stuff just comes out.
Someone asked you if you could cheat on your wife again, would you do it if there was no way she'd find out? And you said yes.
Would you want to have sex with another woman if you had the chance and your wife didn't know? Yeah, sure, why not?
Like, did you mean that?
Maybe.
Oh my god!
If she wouldn't find out, she wouldn't know.
It doesn't eat you inside at all, knowing that you were unfaithful or...
I feel a bit guilty.
Yeah.
Because I can see how much it hurts her.
Yeah.
I feel sad for that.
Are you just saying that, or do you really feel sad?
Well, I do feel guilty.
Okay.
I don't like seeing her sad.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy making her sad.
Yeah. So a lot of people think that you are, that you have some sort of like mental condition, like whether you're a sociopath or something.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone to a doctor and had anything?
No.
You can see why people might think that though.
I guess so.
Because you make videos on things that normal people wouldn't. There are a bunch of people that hate Watch Daniel, and some people hate him so much that they emailed me asking me not to make more videos on him because they don't want him to get more exposure.
Dear Elvis, I've been watching Daniel's content for quite a while, and seeing how you've made another video on him, I wanted to write you a message bringing several things Daniel has done in the past, which in my opinion, warrant not giving him more exposure to your attention.
Hello. I know that Home makes the weirdest videos, but I can't believe that you continue to promote this guy.
Hey, if you're going to make a response to Daniel's response, at least address some of the things you've overlooked in your first video.
Unfortunately for them, I think this is very entertaining, so I'm going to make this video anyway. And these people were kind enough to list off all the reasons why they detest Daniel. So I decided to bring all those reasons to Daniel's front door, so to speak. When I told Daniel about the people that emailed me about him, he smiled. It seemed like he liked it. He likes the fact that so many people are interested in him. He wants people to be interested in him. He likes all the attention. He doesn't care what kind of attention it is, as long as people are talking about him. So he claims that your wife had to see like a psychiatrist because of you. Is that true?
Yeah, she did go for therapy.
Yeah. Is she still going?
No. She said it doesn't help.
Yeah.
She said you just talk to someone, they listen, that's it really.
Do you feel bad about that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty expensive, you know?
Yeah, I felt guilty.
Another thing I would like to bring up is your past employment. You've done some interesting things there. So you served food that you dropped on the ground.
Oh yeah, that happened once. It was only once. I dropped a piece of bacon and then I just picked it up and put it back into the bun.
See, if I were to do that, I'd feel kind of like weird about it and I wouldn't want people to find out. But you tell people. Why do you do that?
I don't know. Because I have nothing else to say otherwise.
Yeah. Is it just to make conversation? To be entertaining? Is that why?
It also kind of feels good. It's like you're confessing.
Oh,
It's like going to church and then confessing your sins. There is like a cathartic feeling to it.
Is there anything you haven't told your audience or people online?
There's a few things.
Oh god, they're so bad that you haven't told anyone?
Yeah.
Like murdered someone? I mean...
There's one thing that involves a lot of money that I would rather not mention.
Oh god. What do you mean? Did you steal from someone? You stole from someone, didn't you?
No, I can't say it.
You definitely stole from someone. I bet you like stole someone's credit card.
I can't say anything for legal reasons.
Oh god. That's funny. He also said you ripped off people who paid you for translation services.
Yeah, I did do that a bit.
Do you feel bad about that at all?
Not really.
I mean, that's kind of messed up though, right? These people are paying you for a service, and then you're just like fucking them off, pretty much. Like,
Yeah.
you're not giving them what they're paying you for.
I tried making it look decent.
Well, I think what you said in the video was, at first you did it normally, and then you kind of got lazy.
Yeah. That's what happens with everything. I actually genuinely try at first.
Yeah.
And then I get lazy and I start taking these shortcuts.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get caught and then I get banned.
But then again, like, you tell people about these things that you do, and it's so strange. But then you won't tell me about this thing you do with the money. Like, why?
I don't want to go to jail.
Oh god. If you're so comfortable saying this other stuff.
The only time I won't talk about something is if I could get into trouble legally.
So you worked at a hotel?
Yeah, it was like a pub/hotel.
Did you jizz on the pillows there?
Yes.
Why? Why?
I was cleaning the rooms and then this couple came into the next room. They started having sex and I could hear it.
Oh, you like that or something?
It was pretty arousing.
That's weird, because I feel like most people, like myself included, would be kind of bothered by that. Like, we'd kind of be like disgusted by it.
Yeah.
But you like that. Is it kind of like watching porn for you or something?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So Daniel was just telling us that his mom doesn't like his videos very much, and she sends him some mean texts.
Here's one.
Okay. Because she struggles and stresses you. It's kind of sad to see how his actions are destroying every single relationship that he has in his life. You're so disgraceful. You're not my son. Holy shit. Even his mom is ashamed of him. It seems like he doesn't really care about anyone but himself. Why do you love your wife? What do you love about her, I should say? He struggled to answer this. It seems like he has a very real inability to connect with people emotionally. Whenever I mentioned love, it seemed like he didn't really know what that was. I think he wanted to say that he was in love with his wife because he thought that's what I wanted to hear, but I feel like he couldn't help but be honest with me. So that's why I got this answer.
I don't know.
That was not the right answer.
I don't know. I made a video about it. I said because she's not fat or something.
Yeah! Yeah. But there has to be something that doesn't have to do with her looks or what she does for you.
She's not annoying.
Oh no.
I don't really know how to answer that.
I'm not a psychologist, so I'm not gonna try and claim that he has any sort of disorder, but there's something going on. So, like, say she has a bad day at work. Comes home, she doesn't, like, say, Daniel, this happened.
Yeah.
And then she vents to you. She doesn't do that?
She used to, but I don't really pay attention.
Oh, man.
I'll just go, oh, okay. I don't know what to say. I guess there is, like, an emotional connection since we've been together for such a long time now.
How long?
2 years. Yeah.
Is that long for you?
It's the longest so far.
When he said, I guess there's an emotional connection because we've been together for so long, I don't think that's something that you would hear from someone who is confident in their emotions. Maybe he was afraid that his wife might eventually watch this video, so he was backtracking a little bit in order to appease her in the future. It seems like he struggles to feel emotions like empathy or love, but he definitely feels emotions like jealousy and anger.
You've made people dislike you, but it's also entertaining. So that's probably why you've seen some success with your channel.
Yeah.
You say you want to kind of go back on that a little bit.
I would like to eventually find a way to get views without relying on drama.
Yeah.
Or women.
And it's not even just drama. It's your drama. It's your life.
Yeah. And the problem is, when there is no drama, I don't know what to make videos about.
You exaggerate things and then you take like literally every single bad thing that happens to you and put it on camera. So
yeah.
Like, because then people are talking about it, people are gonna watch the whole thing. So I get that. But do you ever wish that you could just stop doing that and do something else to get views? Because there's a lot of ways.
I do. That's the main thing I dislike about my channel.
Mm.
I can't make videos about things I'm actually interested in because they won't get views. I made a video about getting fish and it didn't even get 10k.
Oh yeah.
So I have to focus on negative stuff and drama and girls.
Yeah.
I used to like drawing. Yeah. And you just don't anymore? It takes too much time. I mean, what else are you doing with your time? Great question. I'm a very busy person. I feel like it's not the time, it's the effort.
And then we went out to dinner with his wife, and his wife is very lovely. Maybe she's lonely, I'm not sure. I mean, if Daniel can make his wife go to therapy because of him, I'm not sure what kind of happiness he's providing her. I'm hoping that he's not guilting her or manipulating her into staying with him, because right now in Daniel's life, I'm not sure if he's capable of keeping a long-lasting, healthy relationship. I didn't want to ask Daniel's wife any sort of really intrusive questions while we were at dinner with each other. First of all, it was very loud in the restaurant, and it was kind of hard to understand her English to begin with. And I didn't want to ruin the dinner, you know, with any sort of like, why are you with Daniel? He's such a horrible husband. But it did give me a better insight into the kind of person she is, and honestly, she's too good for Daniel. And the fact that Daniel treats her this way is awful. And I hope he cleans his act up.
I asked him to ask his wife what she sees in him. You know, like what are his good qualities? And he told me that he tried making a video about that before and she couldn't come up with a single reason that she was with him. And that she said that he was the worst guy she's ever been with. I told him to ask his wife again to see if she could come up with anything, and she said, he's not noisy.
If I had to describe Daniel using 3 words, they'd be selfish, directionless, and lazy. This doesn't mean that Daniel doesn't have any good qualities. If he's interested in something like learning Japanese, for instance, he puts his all into it.
I mean, that's kind of interesting, right? For someone who finds so many things boring and is self-admittedly pretty lazy, why did you learn Japanese? Learning a language is a pain in the ass. I've tried. But you did it.
I used to think it was really cool. I used to love it. I loved the way it sounded. I loved anime. I thought Japanese people were really cool. I was completely obsessed with it.
Yeah, it's just an interest that took over, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like you do have the capacity to work hard at something if you're interested in it.
Yeah. If I'm interested in it, I'll go all in.
Right.
And I'll dedicate myself to studying it.
So he ended up using YouTube as a way to like fill that social and financial void in his life. And the way that his brain is wired, I think he just can't help but like when people are talking about him or have any sort of interest in him at all, whether it be negative or positive.
So you said in previous videos that you're not really social, like you're an introvert. You find people boring.
Yeah.
Is that all true?
Yes.
Do you think you use YouTube as a way to like be social?
Yeah. Basically, that's why.
So it kind of like fills the void of like, you know, since you're hiding in your room.
Being able to interact socially when I don't have those opportunities in real life.
I just hope that he finds a way to get the attention that he desires, but not in a destructive way. I think therapy might be a good step for him. I think he desperately needs to find out why it's so difficult for him to make any sort of meaningful connection with another person beyond just sex, which is obviously paramount to any sort of long-lasting relationship.
It's just that I don't think that going to a therapist and talking to a therapist would change anything. It's not going to help me become less awkward and feel less nervous about talking to people. And I think talking about your problems is important, and it's very helpful. Why do you think I started this YouTube channel in the first place? The main reason I started this YouTube channel was so that I can talk about my problems.
Well, Daniel, I think that's a pretty good indicator that you need a therapist. And I don't mean that in an insulting way. Therapy should be as normal as drinking water. I don't think Daniel is hopeless, but I definitely think proactive action needs to be taken. I don't want to see him hurt anyone else, and I don't think he wants to hurt anyone else either. What he really wants is money, attention, and leisure. More recently, he's been making a lot of harmless content. He's stuck right now, and he doesn't really know what kind of videos to make that people will want to watch that don't revolve around drama. I think he can find a way to do that, but if he will, that's all up to him.
It seems like you've dug yourself into this hole because you're just like so desperate to find something that will get views.
Kind of. It's like I've pigeonholed myself, is that the phrase?
Yeah. So now people expect this certain content from you.
Yeah. They've subscribed for the drama and the negativity.
Yeah.
And for the complaining.
You must find that kind of draining, right?
A little bit, because right now I don't really feel that negative about anything. I'm pretty content with things. I mean, she works nearby.
What?
She works nearby where we're going.
Oh, okay. Where are we going?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I asked her to look for a place
Oh, I see.
that we can eat.
It'll be interesting to see what happens to him and his channel in the future, but yeah, I guess that'll do it. Thank you so much to Raycon for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much to Daniel and his wife for allowing me to come out to Japan and talk to them in person. For those that don't know, we just launched season 6 of Alien Clothing, so go to alienclothing.com and check out all the new stuff over there. I know I haven't been uploading very much, but this video has taken a long time to make, so thank you guys so much for your patience, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All right. Bye.